All right, so there's a lot of fear in the crypto market as we've seen prices plummet over the last 7 days. Bitcoin's down around 10%. Altcoins are down around 20 to 30%, and people are fearful, rightfully so. So today I want to talk about something a little bit different, though, because we've been seeing in the market, there's a lot of fear, a lot of people worried, but there's really 5 things that every single investor should be aware of right now that are actually very bullish for crypto, indicating that we may be on the end of that correction we've been seeing and that we may just about be starting this nice bounce and this nice rally to all-time record highs. So if we're looking at the overall market right now, we can see that Bitcoin's down around 10% during the last 7 days, Ethereum down around 15%, and some altcoins are down around close to 30% over the last 7 days. So like I said, there's a lot of fear in the market. We have seen that the crypto fear and greed index has dropped. It's plummeted down to 29, which is in the fear territory, which is something that usually indicates it's a pretty good time to buy. Usually people want to be buying during high periods of fear, and you should be selling during high periods of like greed. When there's extreme greed, you probably should be selling. Historically, that has proven to be very profitable. But right now, there's 5 things you need to be bullish on about crypto, and that is that, look, in terms of technicals, the first thing is that there's a bullish divergence that's taking place. So what we have seen is that Bitcoin's price has been dropping really since around June 1st, and at the same time, we've seen a rising relative strength index. So this divergence typically indicates that the selling pressure is weakening, even though the price continues to slump, and in technical analysis, this suggests that there is a reversal, a bounce, a rally that is about to start taking place. So this is the first thing that you need to be looking at because, like I said, this bullish divergence is historically a very bullish sign for the overall market. And before we get into the next few things, next thing I want to talk about is going to be with some altcoins. One altcoin in particular was a project called Elastos, and it recently had a major partnership with BEVM, and it unlocked $1.3 trillion in Bitcoin. And with this partnership and what the project does is ultimately this innovation allows users to collateralize up to 80% of their assets without affecting the Bitcoin layer. And this ensures secure, anonymous, and efficient transactions. And ultimately this breakout position for Elastos at the heart of Bitcoin and this entire industry, I think is unprecedented, and I think is going to provide a ton of value because ultimately Bell 2 is the layer 2 that enables this entire transformation. And if you're looking at it, their smart web platform also empowers users by providing control over digital identities, supports diverse applications like DeFi and digital rights management, and a lot more. You can see a number of major partnerships and things that they have done with their major partnerships. So you can see other things about this project is that they have the new Bretton Woods system by Elastos. Ultimately is addressing some major issues and major things in the crypto space, like financial stability. It's going to reduce reliance on central banks, DeFi integration, reduce risks, innovative products, like they support BTC-backed loans and other financial products adhering to Bitcoin principles. And with Elastos, I ultimately think that this project is going to provide a ton of value. So if you look at their community over on X and on Discord and Telegram, it's been getting a ton of support recently. And with access to their innovative financial tools and their ecosystem, I think there is a lot of exciting things coming on with Elastos and everything they have to offer. Now let's talk about the second thing. And the second thing is that we have seen that there is a bullish hammer and oversold RSI. So 2 other classical technical indicators support the bullish reversal scenario. First, Bitcoin formed a bullish hammer candlestick pattern on July 5th, characterized by a small body at the upper end of the daily candle with a long lower shadow and a little upper shadow. Ultimately, if you're looking at this chart, you can see on the daily charts, this is what they're talking about. You see this long dip down and then the price rally back up. So that show me that really there's a lot of liquidations taking place. A lot of the weak hands have been shaken out, and we just saw that the price tried to drop and continue to drop further, but there was a lot of buying pressure to continue supporting the current price and push it back up to around that $56,500 per coin level. So that's what they're talking about in terms of that hammer. In addition to this, they're also talking about Bitcoin's daily RSI. Bitcoin daily RSI is hovering near its oversold threshold of 30. Now, this oversold oversold threshold of 30, this usually precedes a consolidation or recovery period. Because again, when you see those high periods of fear and you see a lot of sell-off, it's natural to start seeing a bit of a rally back. Start seeing that, a lot of the weak hands have been sold off, that enough selling has been done at that particular moment, and that we're about to see a rally. So that is another thing. Next thing is going to be with Wall Street bets on a September rate cut, because this is the fourth major thing you need to be aware of. This in particular is something that has been even more promising over the last couple of days, because recently we saw new data come out from the U.S. government about unemployment rates, and unemployment actually increased slightly in the U.S. And this is something that is actually pretty good for rate cuts, because it shows us that, look, things are slowing down in the economy a little bit. Things are going as they should be as rate cuts are increased, as we've seen rates continue to increase. So because we've seen rates increase, some businesses have had to maybe lay off some employees, the unemployment rate's a bit higher, and this is exactly what the Federal Reserve wants to see. So as a result of this, Wall Street has actually increased its outlook on the possibility of the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 25 basis points. So you could see just a little while ago, the probability was 46.6%. As of right now, the probability of a rate cut is going to be around that 72% level, and that is something that is very good for tech stocks, for crypto, for businesses. This means, it's going to be cheaper to obtain money and get loans. And so this is something that would help the crypto market. And the last thing is really going to be with Bitcoin ETF investors return after the July decline. So a lot of things have been going on with Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs and just ETFs in general. And we had seen that there had been a bit of outflows from spot Bitcoin ETFs. But I think that with the up and coming approval of a spot Ethereum ETF, we could see a lot of bullish news for institutional investors coming into the crypto space. Recently, there's been a new study that came out from Grayscale that shows that 1 out of 4 U.S. voters, nearly 25% of voters, are likely to invest in an Ethereum ETF, and they say, look, an ETF approval for Ethereum would increase their interest to invest. This is something that is very exciting because Grayscale's findings supports analyst predictions about Ethereum ETF's potential success. There's been a lot of people saying, look, Ethereum ETFs might attract up to $1 billion in monthly inflows during the first 5 months. Bitwise CEO said $15 billion in inflows within the first 18 months. And these estimates and these predictions are very similar to a lot of other estimates out there. Many people are expecting that with the approval of a spot Ethereum ETF, we're going to see billions and billions of dollars coming into the crypto space. So this could be another major catalyst, another bullish catalyst to help propel the crypto market into, that new record highs, see this bounce back and start seeing a little bit more positive momentum in the crypto market, because things change very quickly in crypto, very quickly in the markets, and all it takes is one piece of good news, one major catalyst, and that we have a lot of potential right now for, that one positive thing to come out, whether it's going to be with rate cuts, whether it's going to be with an Ethereum spot ETF, whether it's going to be with what's going on with Mt. Gox. There's potential in all of these different things for very bullish momentum to occur in the crypto market.